Hello, everybody, and welcome to Own Your Life with Us 33-Day Jumpstart Challenge webinar. We're excited you're here as we're getting ready for 2013. It's going to be a great year, and we hope this information is helpful, educational. We encourage you to grab a pen and paper, take some notes, and maybe you'll want to forward this on to a friend. Today, presenting, we have Betsy Chesney, who is a physical therapist and has been for 15 years, has been a wellness coach for 5 years, and she has literally coached people in 32 states, 3 countries, and she enjoys speaking and training as she'll be doing here with you today. And now we'll hand it over to Betsy.
Thank you, Jake. All right, this is Betsy Chesney, and I'm going to talk to you today about the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge. What this is, it's a time for you to really focus. What do we all want? If we're honest with ourselves, we all want quality of life and abundant energy to do things like play with our children, play with our grandchildren, run around, have a good time, right up and down the basketball court or the tennis court, or just up and down the stairs better, that kind of thing. What we all know is that we need a healthy lifestyle to do that. We need to have a healthy lifestyle, really, and if we're honest with ourselves, for life, a healthy lifestyle for the rest of our lives. But often this can be a daunting task. We've heard it takes 30 days to form a habit, right there, 30 days to form a habit. It's kind of easier to mentally focus on 30 days than it is to think about, something for life. That can be daunting. It's easier to focus on 30 days. What the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge is it helps you for 33 days focus in and develop those healthy habits right here, those healthy habits, so that when you develop the healthy habits, at the end of it, you'll have attained some short-term goals like some weight loss, that kind of thing, but it's going to be more sustainable, more for life, and that's our goal. Healthy habit lifestyle, basically for life, but 30 days to really focus in on it. All right. The components of the healthy lifestyle, I've been doing this for a long time now, and it's narrowed down to supplementation, right there, nutrition, and exercise. And we'll talk today all about those 3 different components. Our topics in this seminar, one is, what does this healthy lifestyle look like? Why? The 3 components. Understanding the glycemic index. That is a big term right there, the glycemic index. Let's have a virtual raise of hands of who's even heard of the glycemic index or knows what it is. I'm going to hopefully, by the end of this seminar, you'll understand it. It has a lot to do with keeping your blood sugar level balanced right here and helping reduce inflammation. And then at the end, we're going to say, how can you easily incorporate into your life? I mean, let's face it, that's what developing habits are about. If you can't have it in your lifestyle, you're not going to be able to do it no matter how great the education is. It's got to be able to be sustainable, and that's what developing the habits are all about. Okay, as we go this, I want you to look at this picture right here. I love this picture. These 2 women are approximately the same age. Which life are you designing? Right there. So meaning you do have a choice. You can be proactive. So what life are you designing? I love that picture. I'm a physical therapist, as what's said. I have worked with people in their 80s who look like this. They look awesome. And we work with people around in their 60s who look like this, okay? Which one do you want? Right now, on your piece of paper, write down some of your short and long-term goals for this upcoming year, for 2013. You may want to have some weight loss. That's often a goal for people, particularly in weight loss around the middle, that belly fat. Increased energy. People say that to me all the time. Increased energy, reduced cravings. If you think about these goals, write those down. Really have that kind of in the back of your mind as we go through this, and that's the goals that you want to develop the healthy habits for, so that you can attain those goals. All right, before we talk about the good stuff, we have to kind of deal with some of reality. Today's health reality is not so good. Cardiovascular disease, cancer, this hits home for all of us. My parents suffered from this, loved ones. I have an uncle or an aunt who died, an uncle who died because of cancer. Also, diabetes, way epidemic, way on the run, and even into children. So we need to ourselves develop healthy habits, and then so that we can pass the healthy habits down here onto our children, so that this is not a problem for us. Okay. Weight control facts. This is not a diet. This is a healthy lifestyle. However, let's look at some of the facts. I'm going to look at you right here. Americans spend $30 billion per year on diets. Down here, within 2 years, within 1 year, 2/3 people gain it back. Within 2 years, 98% of the people gain it back. We're spending $30 billion, 98% people gain that weight back. Why? That is not a bang for the buck. Something is wrong here, folks. Why don't diets work? Well, they're often a short-term solution for a long-term problem. I mean, I'm saying I think we do need to have that short-term. I do want to take the 33 days to focus in on our habits. However, we have to have the long-term as our mind. We need to this has to be a sustainable lifestyle. Majority of habits, the majority of diets are not balanced, meaning you take out whole entire food groups, like you take out all fat. Well, there's actually healthy fat out there. Talk about all carbohydrates. Well, guess what? Fruit and vegetables are carbohydrates. Few tackle the core issue of keeping your blood sugar level stable. Here we are, keeping your blood sugar level stable. That is a key component, folks. That's what the glycemic index is all about. I'm going to go into that very detailed. And few look at it as the whole picture. Back to a lifestyle. We want to develop those healthy habits so that we can have a lifestyle, so that we can be like that one lady in the picture earlier, the healthier lady. Here we go. What is the glycemic index? Okay, it's merely a numeric way of saying when you eat something, but it's actually particularly carbohydrates. When you eat carbohydrates, and carbohydrates are the processed foods as well as fruits and vegetables. They're all along the gamut. How quickly does it spike your blood sugar level? This is like a roller coaster here. Let me give you an example. When a child eats a candy bar or sugar, some sort of sugar, what do they do? They go crazy. They're all spastic. And then what do? They come crashing to the ground like that, and they're all tired. They're experiencing this roller coaster right here of the glycemic index. How we actually want to eat is having our blood sugar level sustained and rolling like that. All right. What are some of the foods? So the glycemic index, glucose is sugar in your blood, and it's just given the numeric 100. Anything pretty much anything over 70 would be high. This would be our medium range right here. Where's my cursor? Yeah, right there. And then this would be low, and you want to stay in the lower range. Let's look at something surprising here. Look at this. White baked potatoes, 85, okay? Cornflakes, okay? I thought cornflakes were healthy. 84 right there, folks. White bread. White bread has a higher glycemic index than table sugar. Does that mean that in the morning you'd be better off with your glycemic index slapping some table sugar on your tongue than eating the white bread? So what we need to do is start learning how to eat down here better, more often. Okay. 85 to 90% of the carbohydrates adults and children consume in the United States are considered to be high glycemic. Let's look what they look like. Here we go. Now, we all kind of know that sugar, candy, ice cream, cookies, that is, a treat food, okay? We know that. We know that that's treat food. More and more of us are knowing that white flour, very refined white flour, white rice, white tortillas, that is not so good for us too. The reason is because they have a high glycemic index. When you eat these things right up in here, you spike your blood sugar level very quickly, very high, and it comes crashing down. This is like the children with the roller coaster, okay? And you go spastic, and then you're coming down. What we don't know is most of our breads, we have to be, we really want to start going to more whole grain breads. And most of our breads and cereals, I used to spend a lot of money on cereal that was advertised, that was expensive, that said it was healthy. Come to find out, boom, it brings your blood sugar level up. Even something like Cheerios. Cheerios, low fat, low calorie, spike that blood sugar level. Pretty much your highly processed foods, okay? That includes even pretzels, something like pretzels. A lot of that baked potato chips, we think we're being, trying to make a healthy choice. Again, they have no nutritional value, and they spike your blood sugar level quickly, all right? Instant foods, let's talk about that for just a second. Let's talk about oatmeal. Now, oatmeal seems like it should be a healthy breakfast choice, and it is. I'm not going to knock it. I eat oatmeal all the time. However, One oatmeal says that it's is instant oatmeal. Here's our instant oatmeal, and then another oatmeal says it's, if you look at the ingredients, it's 100% oats. This cooks in like what, 30 seconds, just add hot water. This one cooks in more like, so we'll get a little 30 seconds here. This one cooks, you know, in like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. What's the difference? They both say they're oatmeal. This is 30 seconds. This is 10 minutes. This one has been highly processed. It's taken up all of the fiber. This one right here, when you read the ingredients, it says oats. It doesn't say enrich something or another. It just says oats, okay? So regular oatmeal would be a healthier choice than the instant oatmeal. All right, same with fruit juices. Our orange juice here. An orange, we'll make a little orange right there, an orange or freshly squeezed orange juice right here, the majority of the orange juice that we drink has a lot of sugar in it, and all of the fiber has been taken out. So we need to have this, you know, makeshift orange I just made. All right. Let's understand this a little bit further. Let's understand how your brain and body works. Your brain and body work off of glucose. Remember, that's the sugar in your blood. So carbs aren't bad. It's the amount that you eat, and you need to have it in a very narrow band. All right. Here's our narrow band. You want your blood sugar in your body to be rolling as opposed to spiking up and down. You don't want that. You want it to be rolling. But what do? Particularly breakfast is the worst. We eat something like a bagel, and then it comes spiking up, okay? And then later on, it's going to come crashing to the down. But right up here, we spiked our blood sugar level with bagels and cereals, again, expensive cereals that we think are healthy. Orange juice, just orange juice from concentrate, all fiber's been taken out. And then our, you know, expensive coffee, Starbucks, latte muffins kind of thing. All right, when the blood sugar level is spiked, your body thinks it's in a state of emergency. Ah, I'm drowning in sugar. And then it goes crashing to the ground. Remember, you have up, where's my cursor? You go up and down. Hang on a second, I can't, there we go. You go up and down. So down here, it's too low. Up here, it's too high. It thinks it's starving. Both states are equally harmful. Okay. When your blood sugar level spikes, let's get this why. You know, I keep saying, you know, this spikes your blood sugar level and that spikes your blood sugar level. So what? So what if we spike our blood sugar level? Let's talk about it. When your blood sugar level spikes, it produces a very powerful hormone called insulin. I used to think that insulin was just something that a diabetic person had to deal with. It's not. It's a hormone that we all have. And it's a storage hormone. It stores your blood sugar. And it does its job very well. Its job is to, when you spike your blood sugar level, its job is to get that blood sugar back down. It does its job well, because watch this. An hour after you had that bagel or whatever, boom, you're come crashing down. Down here, you're craving something munchy, particularly. That's when you, like, you know, go off and buy get some crackers or something. Or you're really tired also, and you're kind of cranky too, all right? There we go. You are starving or dead tired. Ah, there she's starving. She's about to eat all that cake. Blood sugar level is too low. People feel fatigue, actually even mental fog. You think, you know, oh, I'm just getting old. It could be that your blood sugar level has spiked down. And this is emotional. You're like, get me food. And you're like, oh, but I just ate a little while ago. I have no control over myself. That whole uncontrollable hunger, a lot of it is resulting from your blood sugar level is spiking down. Okay, it's spiked up and now it's crashing down, I should say. All right, we do this 5 days, you know, 5 times a day for 20, 30 years. We eat bagels and Cheerios, and then, you know, baked potato chips and pretzels, and a lot of bread and pasta, and it's going up and down and up and down. We do all this for such a long time. After a while, our body really can't handle it. Let's talk about this for a second. So why is the energy stored as fat? Okay, let's talk about glucose for a second. Why can our body not handle this? All right. Think about insulin as a choo-choo train, and it's going to take something from point A, we're going to pull up point A right there, over to point B, okay? Here we go, point B. I'm going to let a little B right there. It's taking something from point A to point B. Now, what it's doing is taking the sugar. It's taking the sugar from point A to point B. What does that mean? The sugar is coming from point A is your blood cells, all right? So it's taking the sugar from your blood cells. Remember, it's spiked up at that point, and it needs to get it back down. So it's going to take it over to a different cell. The cell that you want it to be is your muscle cells. That's the first place that the sugar goes to, and you want that because you want to be strong. Yay! Let's make a strong man over here. You want that to be strong. There's my muscle guy. A lot of muscles. Yay! Oh, get that out of there. Now, the second place that it goes to is the second B we have over here. Maybe we'll call it C. Is your fat cells. Bajoom. Now, you don't want that, obviously, but after a while, when your blood sugar level has you know, when we have this scenario, spike in the blood sugar level, at each point along here, insulin's released, insulin's released. So that after a while, you have tons of insulin in your body. So that after a while, your muscle cells start to shut down. They're like, no, I can't handle it anymore. I'm not going to have any more of that sugar. And then the insulin takes it all to the fat cells. Let's write that down there. Fat cells. It takes it to the fat cells. So you've essentially cut this off and brought it down here. Now the fat cells are perfectly happy to. Here we go. Sorry. The fat cells are perfectly happy to take in that all of that sugar right there. Okay. This is when it is really difficult to lose weight. Okay. You might be eating up here, you might be eating your pretzels, and you're trying to decrease your calories, and everything that you eat just continues to go to fat because you haven't gotten to that core level of controlling your insulin, because you've been here all the time and you have so much insulin in your body that your muscle cells has shut down, and now everything is going to your fat cells, and it just holds onto it like a sponge holds water. And at that point, it's very difficult to lose weight. Okay. All right, let's see if I'm right, okay? Here, let's do a little bit of eraser action here. There we go, eraser. All right, we'll erase our choo-choo train. And then, all right, let's get our pin back. Now, so muscle cells have insulin receptor sites. Too much insulin in the blood. Remember back here, that other slide, too much insulin in the blood, muscle cells shut down. That's when that choo-choo train starts shutting down. But bad news, as I just said, those fat cells are like Energizer buddies. They have insulin receptor sites to themselves, and they will take on all of that. So after a while, it is very difficult because you've spiked your blood sugar level for so much. You have so much insulin in your body. Your muscle cells are shutting down, and your fat cells are like, give it to me. All right. This is why diets don't work. They're a short-term solution to a long-term problem. Why extremes don't work. You're removing whole food groups, but you're not getting to the core root. It's a quick fix. Okay. Take-home point. Let's sum it up. Don't spike your blood sugar level or get it too low. Both are equally harmful to the brain and body. Will not work with dieting, no matter how much you try to, decrease your calorie intake. That'll just end up making you mad. Because when the blood sugar level is too low, bump it on, you have all those cravings, you're hungry, low energy. When blood level is spiked, that is when that fat, when all of that glucose, that energy goes to the fat, especially around the middle. That's when you become insulin insensitive. That's when that muscle cell that we talked about was shut down. You're having uncontrollable eatings and cravings. You can't even control yourself. And then, listen up, now you have a risk for diabetes and a risk for different degenerative diseases. I deal with this all the time. Not only diabetes, but arthritis and fibromyalgia, cancer, heart disease. You get sick more often and you have low energy. People are constantly saying, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so tired. I hear that all the time. All right. Good news, folks. This is reversible. You can reverse that choo-choo train. You keep your blood sugar level rolling. You have a slow release of insulin. You get those muscle cells to start generating again. Let's get our little man up here. Our muscle cells. Where's my cursor? Get those muscle cells start regenerating and starve those fat cells. Shut them down. Regenerate. When you do all this, when you keep your blood sugar level stable, boom, you are more easy. It is more natural to lose weight, especially around the weight along the middle, because you switch that train back up. you have more energy. We really want the energy. You have more energy. Lose the cravings. Feel good. And you know, you look just like her. But you reduce that inflammation, okay? How do you do this? How do we do all this kind of stuff? That is the big question. So that we can feel great and have, you know, reach those goals that we wrote down. Dun, da, da! That's when the three components of the healthy lifestyle come into play. Let's talk about the one. The first one I'm going to talk about is supplementation, because frankly, that was the last one I added to my life and the one that I least understood at first. What is supplementation? It's basically, you know, what is that? Just like taking some vitamins? What does that mean? It's all about the health of your cell. Basically, our whole body is amazing. It's made of trillions and trillions of human cells. And when you keep these cells healthy, you know, at the cellular level, your bone cells and your heart cells, your liver cells, if they're healthy and happy, then let me tell you, the rest of your body is going to be healthy and happy. So all health and disease start at the cellular level. Get those cells healthy, and then the cells take care of the body. Woo, let's have that healthy cell. There we go, healthy body. All right. The 33-day Jumpstart Challenge, what that does in regards to vitamins, every day I get my people to take the top choice, the best multivitamin that I've found in the country, and fish oil. Actually, it's global in the world. But let's talk about this. So every day, taking a high-quality vitamin and a fish oil. You know what? Before we keep going about vitamins, though, but what about the question, what if I already eat very healthy? You know, I had that question too. I even, you know, about 10 years ago asked my doctor, and he's like, yeah, you don't need vitamins. As long as you eat healthy, you're good to go. Let's talk about some things. Now, I grew up in the suburbs. I don't know much about agriculture and farming, but I've started learning a little bit. Let's talk about it. Farming has changed, folks. It is no longer little, you know, Farmer Ted in his backyard. Farming has gone, it's a huge corporation. And let me ask you a question. Do you think the huge farming corporations make money off of the high quality vitamins the high quality, like say oranges that they sell, or the amount? It is the amount. And so you need to make those rows tighter in there. You need to spray it with pesticides, have some herbicides and all kinds of stuff. Even shipping from one part of the country to another, all of that decreases the amount of nutrition that you receive when you eat your fruits and vegetables. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to preach that we should eat our fruits and vegetables, but understand that today they have less nutrients than they did, you know, back in our grandparents' days. All right, let's drive this point home, because this was something that was really something I had to understand before I went forward. Let's take, for example, vitamin E, just one vitamin that we need every single day. We need 400 international units. Okay, in order to receive that of the food that we eat, we would have to eat 3.5 pounds of wheat germ every single day, or 2.3 pounds of almond every day. This is my very favorite, 28.8 pounds of spinach every day. Woo! Doesn't that sound delicious and convenient, folks? Or 1.7 pounds of safflower oil. All right, you get the point. We should be eating our fruits and vegetables, but it's not enough to have all of the nutrients that our cells require in order to, you know, not suffer from degenerative disease as well as feel good. We need to have, we need to take a multivitamin. How do you supplement? Twice a day. You know, one of the big supplements out there in marketing value is the one a day. Well, that's excellent marketing. I love the idea of, you know, I just take one pill and I have everything I needed. But if you took one pill and have everything you needed, it'd be like the size of a golf ball and you literally could not swallow it. All right, so why should you take it twice a day? There are 100 trillion cells in your body and 1 billion renew itself every hour. They need a lot more nutrition than this one little pill can give us, okay? What I get all my clients on as a very minimum is a multivitamin. The best is actually called the Health Pack 100, but at the very minimum, something called the Essentials, because everybody should be essentially having them, and fish oil. I have something called it's in our company. It's called Biomega, but it's fish oil. So High quality multivitamin, high quality fish oil at the very minimum. Why do you need to take fish oil? Well, it's the essential fatty acids. That's what that stands for. Essential fatty acids. I don't believe in the magic bullet. If I had to say, if somebody, put me up against the wall and said, "What's the magic bullet?" I would say fish oil. It helps your hair, your nails. It helps your brain development. So great for nursing mothers and great for, being able to think better and kind of warding off Alzheimer's and that kind of thing. Cellular membrane, your skin feels good. Your joints, it lowers cholesterol. The essential fatty acids, essential meaning we need to add that to our diet. Okay. This comes to the point, the company that I have found, that I have actually put into my own body, my children's body, and then, got my parents and my loved ones to take it. It's from USANA Health Sciences. So in my journey of learning about vitamins, I kind of went from, not thinking I needed any vitamin to going with USANA Health Sciences. Why? I would say 3 points that really got me to go with this company. Because at first I was looking around just like you are. Now I'm like, there's a lot out there. There's like thousands of vitamins out there. What makes one different from the other? Okay, so why did I choose, and why should you choose USANA Health Sciences, and why did we put this with the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge? A lot of it has to do with the founder and formulator. He's a incredible scientist named Dr. Myron Wentz. Now you're going to say, after people say, so a lot of companies claim that they have a scientist, so what? Well, this company was actually founded by a scientist. He had a company for years, and it was called Go Laboratories. And what they did was they made viral test kits. Have any of you ever had strep throat? And they put that little swab thing in your throat and tested it? He invented that little swab deal, okay? And that had really impressed me as a health professional, because I thought, wow, here's a man who is actually making the tools that doctors use and nurses and everything use internationally around the world constantly. So here's the man who, his claim to fame, he knows what makes us healthy at the cellular level, our skin and our bones and our heart and all that that kind of stuff. So and he had this company for years, Gold Laboratories, during the 70s and 80s. Then in the 90s, his own health was starting to deteriorate, and so he's controlling he's helping build this large company. It's getting kind of stressful, so he knows that he needs a vitamin, just like we were talking about before. He's like, at the cellular level, I need this vitamin. So somebody tells him, a vitamin to take, and he takes the vitamin, and then he looks at the label of it, and he reads the back of it. He's like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. It doesn't have the vitamins, this and that, and too much minerals, this and then, it's not, whatever, basically, I can't look at a vitamin bottle and say, oh my gosh, this is all terrible, but he could, he has the science. And so he started researching vitamins out there, and nothing, he thought, came to par. He's like, none of this stuff would keep people healthy. So he's like, this is all terrible. So he decided, he's like, I know the science. I'm going to formulate my own vitamins. So he started the company, USANA Health Sciences. He sold his shares with Gold Laboratories, started USANA Health Sciences, really with the purpose is, I'm going to make a product and a series of products that will give people optimal health at the cellular level. And that's what he's done. And that's why that's the vitamin of choice for the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge. He even won the Albert Einstein Award, which is an extremely international, prestigious award. Couldn't be more excited to be affiliated with this man. All right. But, okay, so we got the founder down. Let's talk about something called good manufacturing practices. From basically my understanding, how I can explain this the easiest way is that there's two ways to grade something. One is called food grade, put an F for food grade, and one is called pharmaceutical grade. We'll put a PH for pharmaceutical grade. Now, food grade, vitamins are considered to be a food. So like your pizza and whatever. And they don't have as strict of a standard. I mean, vitamins often get a very bad rap in the media. And frankly, I think they should. I think most vitamins out there are a bunch of junk. And you don't have to have a very high standard, meaning when you read the label and you read the back of it, what it says on the label does not actually have to be in the product. It could be, it's in like a range. So if it says, I don't know, 40, milligrams of vitamin C, well, it could be 40, it could be this, it could be a range of it. You don't really know. USANA was the first vitamin company that said, that's not good enough for us. We want to meet the pharmaceutical grade, okay? Like this pharmacist right there, or this person right there, this scientist. We want to meet the pharmaceutical grade, so that when a person reads the bottle, it is guaranteed. This little potency guarantee that's on all of their products. They didn't just like slap that on there. They had to earn that. It is guaranteed, pill for pill, to be in the product, okay? All right. Then the last thing that really got me, to take this, into my own body, into my children's body, into the body of the people that I love, and now for the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge, the comparative guide. So the company, USANA, and myself can say USANA is the greatest thing since sliced bread, but we need a third-party person. This right here, you can look this up. You can buy it, on Amazon and in bookstores. This is a third-party source that literally went over 1,500 different products in the United States and Canada. And they looked at them and these vitamins, what is their completeness, their absorbability, their potency, their purity, their safety. USANA was one of 4 to get the 5-star gold standard achievement, meaning it was the highest standard that you can get. And in their most recent edition, they got the editor's choice. This means, folks, that according to this book right here, according to their extensive study, USANA Health Sciences came out to be #1. That was another thing that was good for me. I'm like, okay, if this scientist, this third-party source is saying that, I think I'm gonna take it. All right. So that was supplementation. The next part of our healthy lifestyle is exercise. All right, this is my expertise. I'm a physical therapist. Ta-da! You like my little couch potato right there? I love him. Inactivity and insulin insensitivity. Basically, the lack of physical activity increases our insulin insensitivity. Remember our muscle guy? Remember our choo-choo train track and it went from point A to point B? Our high glycemic eating makes the muscle shut down. Also, our inactivity makes that muscle shut down from our little choo-choo train. This guy is funny right here. This is not over here. High glycemic diets combined with inactivity are the main reason for our epidemic of obesity and diabetes. I find that very serious. Okay. What fits your busy schedule better? Exercising 1 hour a day or being dead 24 hours a day? A little harsh when I first read it, but maybe not. I've worked with people. I've been a physical therapist for 15 years. The #1 thing that people say they cannot exercise is that they're too busy. It does not fit into your schedule. Let me tell you, folks, it's my understanding the last couple of presidents of the United States have exercise constantly built into their schedule that they would not. If the president can exercise, I think you can too. But part of what we're going to be doing with the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge is I will be helping people develop an exercise program. We can be talking through that, and I can really help you with that. But what does exercise do? It improves your sensitivity. I would say, I used to, try to say, okay, if you at least exercise, 3 times a week, and that's better than nothing. But I would really say 5 to 6 times per week. 30 to 60 minutes. I used to say like 30 minutes. I used to say, at least 20 minutes. I would say let's try to make it at least 30 minutes. And this can be briskly walking, moderate to intense. Let's make it fun. Okay, if you don't like jogging like this girl, don't do it. Go do something else that's fun. Take up tennis. Get a partner. Accountability is key. But I would say #1, get it into your schedule. That's S for schedule. And then 2, make it fun. So we have schedule and fun. And that will be a big part of developing those habits during the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge. That'll be a big part of what we do is to get that schedule of exercise just under control. All right. Nutrition, this is the last part. So we got our cells healthy, we got our exercise going. We spent the whole first part of this webinar talking about unhealthy eating. Now let's figure out what do we do. So nutrition, here we go. 5 important concepts. Yes, folks, you've heard this before. 5 to 6 meals per day is better, okay? So you can have a breakfast, and then I would say a little snack, and then lunch, and then another little snack, and then dinner, okay? This is actually, when you eat smaller meals throughout the day, your metabolism is much more efficient than just eating like some big whopping meal. combining low glycemic carbs, protein, essential fatty acids, and fiber. All right, what does that mean? One of the things I want to teach you is every time you eat, think, what is my healthy protein and what is my healthy carb? You know, so for example, if you just want a snack, well, an apple, this little apple right here, an apple is a great snack, right? Yes, it is. It has fiber and it has a healthy carb. However, it's missing protein and essential fatty acids. So if you combine your apple with some almonds, here's my little almonds right there, then the apples with the almonds, would be a much more balanced choice, okay? So now you have your healthy protein and your healthy carb, okay? The healthy protein has the healthy fat in it, and your healthy carb has the healthy fiber. So what is your healthy protein? What is your healthy carb? And I want to teach you that that's another habit I really want you to get in during the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge. All right, replacing high glycemic carbs with low glycemic carbs. This is a new way of thinking for a lot of you. You know, a lot of you are used to your white rice. Well, let's start learning how to cook brown rice, whole grain rice. You buy a certain kind of bread. Well, let's maybe switch it over to whole grain, tortilla shells or whole grain breads, or start dropping bread, a lot of it from your diet. At my dinner table at nighttime, instead of having a big bowl of bread at the table, we have a big bowl of fruit. I'm going to go to the next slide real quick. This is more what a healthy plate looks like. So you have here, let me back that up, sorry. Excuse me. You have here your healthy protein. It's like the size of fish. Here's some fish. This is whole rice. And then you have your vegetables over here. This is a great balanced plate, all right? So starting to learn, and you can, eating healthy, people are kind of like, it tastes so bad, I got to give up all of my food. Start to play around with it. I have really learned that I love, things like red peppers, and I've added blueberries a lot into my diet, and a lot of things like that. A lot of it tastes really, really good. And it doesn't mean that you have to give up, everything. It's not an all or nothing, folks. A lot of times I live sort of like an 80-20% rule. So 80% of the time I'm trying to eat healthy, and then 20% if I want to, if I just can't give up. Like for me, I love ice cream. If I can't give up my ice cream, or for you, your whatever, your chips, then have that on the lower standard, or it could be a 90-10. So that because this is supposed to be a lifestyle. This is habits that are developing for a lifestyle, so it has to be sustainable. And 100% eating healthy is not sustainable. So kind of a 90-10 or an 80-20 kind of rule for you. But most of us are switched. We're eating 10% healthy and 90% unhealthy. If the majority of the time we're eating like this, then man, guilt-free, enjoy this part. I do. All right, let's go down to breakfast choices. The breakfast choices should definitely be part of that 80-90 right there. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I'm gonna switch down to another slide to talk about that. And then I'm gonna talk about using USANA foods. Okay. Oh, there's a healthy plate again. Low glycemic breakfast. Okay. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It sets you up for your whole day. I've heard some studies that when people eat a high glycemic breakfast, even something that they think is healthy, like instant oatmeal, different kinds of cereals, they think it's healthy, but really it's highly, highly processed. If you eat a high glycemic, you can eat up to 80% more calories per day. So so healthy choices could be some eggs, or if you're having a cholesterol problem, egg whites or that kind of thing. Having fruit, but again, what's my healthy protein? What's my healthy carb? And then one of the things that I suggest for people, because of the convenience factor and the health factor, is using, let's get that off, is using USANA foods. So let's talk about that right now. USANA, so I was talking about their vitamins earlier, and the whole part of the vitamins is we want to make an excellent product that at the cellular level gives you optimal health. They did the same thing with foods. They made different shakes and bars that are certified to be low glycemic. I mean, it's gone through the process there, folks. Less sugar than an apple, because not all sugar is bad. It's the kind. It's apples have sugar. It's the kind that it is. No artificial sweeteners. We don't want that. That is bad for you. Taste great. Okay, I love their shakes. My children love their shakes. Another huge factor is convenience. Let me ask you. Anybody busy out there? We live in a busy society. But busyness pretty much equals bad food because we're on the run in the car. That's why McDonald's is the most $1 billion business out there practically. It's because of the convenience factor. So if we can have something that we enjoy, that tastes great and is convenient, man, that's a plus. The perfect combination. I keep talking about, what's your healthy protein, what's your healthy carb. They've done this for you right there. So all you have to do is is make up your little shake. If you have weight to lose, this can definitely help you with weight loss, help you with energy, help you just stay fit. Okay, let's look at the foods. What USANA has done, and this is what we're going to talk about right now, is something called the 5-day reset. That's part of our 33-day Jumpstart Challenge. And we're going to talk about a healthy habit formation. If you have weight to lose, we'll talk about that also, okay? But here's their products right there. Awesome. All right, the 5-day reset. This is going to be the beginning of the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge, okay? And it's kind of it's sort of like a cleanse. It's a cleanse that teaches your body what it feels like to eat with that blood sugar level rolling. That's what the reset does. Here we go. The reset comes with your the most optimum of the vitamins already there with it. It comes with your vitamins. You have breakfast. You have a shake. You have a snack. You can have one of their awesome snack bars. Lunch is a shake. Snack bar again. Dinner's a shake. This is for 5 days. You can also have one piece of fruit and unlimited raw vegetables. Okay. Reset is awesome. Reset is challenging. I hear people people talk about it a lot. The biggest fear is, oh my gosh, that's all I want to eat for 5 days. What people are amazed at is that they're not starving. That's the biggest worry. Am I going to be starving for 5 days? No, you won't. You'll be very, very satisfied. You might be craving, something to munch on a little bit more, and that's when the unlimited raw vegetables comes in. But the biggest thing at the end of this is you'll be amazed at how much energy you have, and you will be amazed at that your cravings have decreased, okay? So we're going to talk about the benefits. The biggest benefit for your body really is that your blood sugar level is under control now. So for 5 days, you have taught your body how it feels like to have that blood sugar level rolling. And that's why we're starting off the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge, so we can just kick those carb addictions right up front. Gets rid of the cravings, okay? If you have weight to lose, let me tell you, you will lose some weight. If you don't have weight to lose and you're just, this will just help you be fit. It's not going to take away. You are giving yourself enough calories. But if there's weight to be lost, it'll come off, especially around the middle. Again, teaches you how to eat. It's not a juice cleanse. It's teaching your body how to eat. You're going to sleep like a baby, have clear skin. Back to the convenience factor. That's the big one, folks. Convenient. Okay. What you do after the 5 days is the most important. If somebody just did reset and then did nothing else, that's like doing something strange for, 5 days. And that's why, so the Jumpstart Challenge has the 5-day reset, so we can just kick those carb addictions and get your body ready. The next 4 weeks, the 28 days, that's when we're going to be developing our healthy habits. So here we go. 33. So now we have we have our habit formation. During the habit formation, you're going to be having your USANA vitamins. You're going to be having your fish oil. You're going to replace one of your meals and one of your snacks with the USANA foods. And a big reason for that is the convenience of that. Typically, I would say for breakfast, but some people like it for lunch or for dinner. But at least one of your meals and one of your snacks. Then you're going to continue to eat low glycemic for your other meals and snacks. This is when we're going to really set you up and get a good exercise program for you that's built into your schedule. Start to drink more water, okay? This might be scary to you, but let's start to get the water. We'll start to decrease things like Diet Coke and get more water in there. Now, that doesn't mean, for those of you who, don't be scared that you have to give up everything in life. Remember back to that 80-20 or 90-10 rule, okay? For habit formation, all right? Some of you, though, really want weight loss. Now, you're going to have to be more extreme. If you really have a weight goal, then my suggestion for you, this is for most of us. This is how right here is what the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge is set up for. Some of you will want to do a little bit more because you have more weight that you really want to lose. So a more stringent way of doing that is to having 2 meals be a shake and at least a snack bar, really limiting your high glycemic stuff, you know. So you may be like 95% up here, or you know, try to make 100 in that in our little eating rule, because you have this weight to lose, and then kind of go to maybe a 90-10 or something, but making this sustainable. But this right here is you know, having another shake a day is for those of you who really have a specific weight goal. When the whole thing is over, when the 33 days are over, you don't want to just go back. The whole point of the 33 days are, I want to develop some habits. I want to focus in for 33 days because, you know, it's daunting to think of life. I want to focus in for 33 days so I can develop those habits. The bare bone basics is kind of after the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge. It's pretty much saying that, you know, every day then we need to continue taking our vitamins, we continue taking our fish oil, having at least one USANA shake for lunch, also exercising, keeping that definitely in there, trying to learn our taking our water intake. Here, I'll just put a little H2O for water, water intake, and learning the having more of, you know, the 80-20 rule of our healthy eating, okay? But this is designed so that this can continue our habits, all right? This is after the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge. All right, so let's talk about some real life success stories. The one that I want to put up there is a dear friend of mine named Kim, and you can just visually see right there what she did. Now, this was not done in 33 days. However, she went through all the principles that I've taught you today. She went through. She started, you know, instead of spiking her blood sugar level up and down, she started eating in such a way that it was rolling, taking the vitamins, exercising, just really developing those habits. So I think this was over the course of maybe a year, or maybe a little bit less than a year, that you know, she went from here to here. Okay, folks. So what is this all going to cost me? This is the exciting part. This is when we talk about redirectional spending and how it can even reduce your grocery bill. Okay. The meal replacements come down to, those awesome shakes come down to about $2.81 per shake. That is, I have had people literally, and I've experienced it myself, say, man, you have saved me money. Because think about it. What does Panera Bread cost? What does Subway cost? You know, you're spending at least anywhere from like $6 to $12 for your lunches there when you go to that, or even Starbucks, you know, getting those muffins and stuff. How much does that cost? It's pretty expensive. The snack bars, again, very convenient and very reasonable. Right here, your vitamins come to about, the essentials themselves come to $1.52 per day. So it's almost like, you know, like 50 cents per meal, and maybe a tad, a little bit more, 50 cents for, we'll say, breakfast, lunch, dinner. If I said to you, if you went to someplace and you said, and you know, you ordered a sandwich, and they said, oh, for 50 cents more, would you like to add some cheese? You might be like, yeah, I'll have some cheese. Well, for 50 cents more, would you like to add all of the essential vitamins that your body is craving so that you can avoid disease and feel great? Yeah, I think I'll shake a little bit of that 50 cents essentials into each of my meals. So that's how I like to think about it. And then you have us as your coach. I'm a physical therapist, and I have some other health professionals helping me with this. 33-day Jumpstart Challenge, dude, that is for free. Okay, what is in the Jumpstart Challenge kit? So like I was just saying in the slide before, let's break it down a little bit. Reset has a retail value of $120. If you just came to my clinic at the physical therapy clinic, that's what you would pay for. A 28-day supply of those awesome nutritious shakes, that's a $90 value. The bars, if you have the 28-day supply of that, that's a $64 value. $64 value. The essentials, if you had that, that would be, you just bought that off the store at you know, somebody's like, at my clinic or something, again, that would be a $52 value. If you wanted the fish oil, that would be a $23 value. This is adding up, folks. All of this is how do we get all this? But let's continue with it, though. The supplements will come in AM and PM packs for your convenience. That is nice. You'll have a shaker bottle so you can easily shake up the shakes just right there. I do it in my car, I do it at the ball game, I do it at work all the time. We will have at least 5 live group weekly calls with question and answers with myself, physical therapist, and I'll have some other experts on there. They'll be recorded so you can have 24-hour access. That's a $120 value right there. A 1 live individual initial consult with either myself or somebody else. That kind of consult fit. If you came to me in the clinic, it would be a lot of money. That's a $120 value, and that's live on the phone. Incredible free bonuses that are up to like a $450 value. Let's talk about those bonuses. The bonuses help you with implementation, accountability, and guidance. You're not on your own there. It's really helping you kind of hold your hand. We'll set up an interactive Facebook group. That is fun. We'll have weekly practical health tips, so you can just watch the health tips over and over. You'll have at your access over 1,000 recipes and snack ideas. Because people are always like, well, what do I eat? What do I do? I've never done this before. Okay, the recipes will be right there for you. This is great right here, a free online health assessment, and the report will be sent directly to your email address. That is awesome. Free access to a daily journal. People pay a lot of money for daily journals. Daily journal, you can have access to it on your smartphone, your iPad, your computer. In that free journal, it includes your exercise. It includes, you can journal your food, you'll journal your supplementation and your mood. What is your energy level like? What is your food like? So, because I think mood is a way better indicator, than the scale. How's my energy feeling? How are my pants size feeling? That kind of thing. And you'll even have an optional, if you want a free text for a reminder for those healthy habits like exercise or supplementation, bam, they're coming right to your phone. How convenient is that? All of this, I added this up before. All of that comes to a retail value of like $1,000. Okay, we will have it for you for $354 with all of that, including the all of those the physical therapist, myself, and everything. I mean, it's an incredible deal right there. If you become one of our preferred customers, you'll save 10% and you'll only pay $315. That right there is a deal also. It's awesome. It comes down to, when you break it up per day, it almost, for reset, it comes down to about $20 per day. And then for the 4-week habit formation, about $7.55 per day. That is really great. I'm really, really excited about this. I couldn't be more excited for the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge to be so convenient for people. You get so much of your foods, and you get the training session. It's just awesome. Closing thoughts. Let's think about it. What kind of life? Let's go back to your goals kind of there. What kind of life are you designing? Remember those 2 ladies. How do you want to feel and look when you're 60, 70, 80? Maybe you're 60 right now, when you're 80, 90 and stuff. What kind of life are you designing? Do you want to have pain, or do you want to, jump hurdles in life? Are you ready to really focus in on those habits? The habit creation is the key part. We're taking 33 days to focus in on those habits so that we can put them in place so that we can be healthy, more healthy for the rest of our lives. It's daunting to think about the rest of our lives. 33 days is manageable, and we have those habits set in place. I mean, basically, I'm asking you, are you ready to meet the challenge? Are you ready to meet that 33-day Jumpstart Challenge? I know I am. I'm pumped. All right. Take action now. Somewhere at the bottom of this screen, there's a Get Started button. Press that and start putting in your information. If you register by midnight tonight, you'll receive 1 free bonus wellness training session, either with myself or another fitness expert. You already have the initial one. You'll receive another one of just really honing this on this consultation on the phone, honing this for you. We can even talk about, how you want to grocery shop or whatever it is that your concern is. That's a $100 value right there, folks. take that action now, right there at the bottom of the page, and get started. You know, what are you waiting for? If you haven't can you tell already? I am pumped up about it. All right, thank you for taking your time. Thank you for attending, and I cannot wait to be meeting and working with you all in the 33-day Jumpstart Challenge. All right, thanks, folks. Okay, Jake. Done.
Good. I think it's about 1 hour exact. Well, you know.
I don't know. In fact, I don't even know if I turned it off or not. I thought I did. You can cut it if I didn't, right?
I don't know how yet, but she did. Yeah.
I mean, it might still be going. I don't know.
Did you?
I don't know how to stop it. I didn't stop it yet.